Chico roll. I ordered a Chico roll and a strawberry milk. All right, he's one of the most loved Aussie singers of the past 5 decades. I can't talk to Daryl Braithwaite without a Chico roll. After breaking out with Sherbet back in the 70s, terrific time, terrific music, Daryl Braithwaite cemented his star status with a string of solo hits, including, I don't know if you've heard of it, Horses, As the Days Go By, and One Summer.
Last week, Daryl released his definitive greatest hits collection, and on Tuesday night, he was inducted into the ARIA Hall of Fame, celebrating with an incredible and very memorable performance.
There is not a bad version of that song in history. The man himself, I was going to say the man of the hour, but that hour's been going for about 30 or 40 years. Daryl Braithwaite, great to see you, mate.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a tumultuous week. How was Tuesday night for you?
Very exciting. It was, you know, right from the rehearsals the day before, and then actually being on the stage after I got over the speech thing, because that was nerve-wracking, would you believe? It was, I guess because you're not used to it. And then singing with Vera and Guy, it was just, and playing with my band as well. They loved it, and it was great and an honour to be inducted. But playing to sort of like your peers, or you know, and people in the music industry who are a little bit hard,
right. Tough audience. And
it was great. It was really fantastic.
Is that why you were nervous? Does it make it tough because they are your peers, they are your industry, people you love and respect?
No. I think that side of it, the singing side and the audience, I figure you just push your way through no matter what. But it was mainly the speech was a bit nerve-wracking, but it was eased by the fact that Jimmy Barnes did such a good job with the introduction, because I didn't know. I knew he was going to do the induction, but I didn't know what his speech would incorporate. I'm
looking at you and Jimmy Barnes on stage. I'm thinking, this is like a flashback backstage of Countdown. Less vodka. It was a terrific introduction, right?
Yes.
Here's what Barnesy had to say about the Sherbet days. Have a look.
All the young girls in this country loved them. They wrote songs about, you know, surfing and all this sort of stuff. They had a handsome young singer, I remember all the chicks loved him, who was a surfer himself, and he had a great time on stage.
How wild were those early days? Were the girls throwing themselves at you?
Oh, no. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, well, it was just that stuff just went hand in hand, you know, and we were probably perplexed by it as well. I mean, the boys in the band, but it was just, I mean, it's just par for the course, you know, 5 guys on the road. Yes. Wow, girls.
Did you ever think, was there a feeling that it was work, or was it just, I'm hanging out with my mates, we're doing exactly what we love, and we're having a great time?
Yeah, it was, I think it only ever became work, Murray, when if we were tired, and Roger Davies, who was our manager, if he pushed us to the point of, you know, and he would say, no, it's good exposure, you know, Cloncurry, drive to there from Brisbane. But it was always a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
For you, were you guys always just thinking, you know what, this will be great, we'll do it for as long as it lasts and then we'll go get a real job? Or were you like, you know what, I'm still going to be here in 30, 40 years' time?
No, I think you set out with no preconceived idea. It's sort of, I think back in my day when we started, 70, that you wanted to be the Beatles, or they were to us anyway, they were like the top of the pile, and if you got there, that was well and good. But it was really just the enjoyment. And I think more or less just day by day, you know, you just kept going, and you never knew when it was going to end. And for us, we were fortunate that it kept going, and, you know, we went till 1983 and had a bit of success in between.
You went to school with Olivia Newton-John. During your ARIA speech, you revealed that you went out with her for a week or two. Did she? What did she do? Did she dump you for John Travolta? What happened with that?
No, she was one of the prettiest girls in the class. We were about 11 or 12, I think.
Right. Oh, so pre-John Travolta.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it was. And Christchurch Grammar School, and it was. I don't know how we we just must have sat next to each other and thought, oh, yeah, that's good. And then we were talking, I guess, and then we held hands, and then it was over.
Are you still good friends now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did something for Olivia's wellness centre down in Melbourne about 3 or 4 months ago, and we spoke. And because we haven't seen each other for about 5 years, but she's lovely, really is.
Do you remember writing her name on your pencil case? Was it that kind of relationship?
Probably.
Or did you make her a mix? Did you make her a mixtape? A musos? That's what musos do.
Well, see, I didn't know she could sing. She couldn't. My twin brother Glenn and I both sang in the choir at that stage, and she didn't sing. And I only found out she could sing later on when she had success in England. I think maybe when she was about 18 or 19. Right.
So you sang in the choir?
Yeah.
Will that be any choir tunes on your new album, the new release?
Well, no. I would have liked to have done something from Handel's Messiah. No.
Tell us about this greatest hits, and I don't even know where how you'd start to choose the greatest hits because there's been so many.
It starts with You're My World from 1974, and then goes through to. I've done 4 covers of songs that had a bit of a story to them, like If You Leave Me Now by Chicago. Yeah. I mainly did that because, well, it was a hard sing, as well as back in the Sherbet days, we had How's That Out in England, and it was going up the charts, and we thought, yeah, this is, we're going to have success. And the song that kept us out was If You Leave Me Now by Chicago. And it was selling. We found out later that we were selling lots of copies of How's That. They were selling double.
Right, so it's only fair that you make some money on that now.
Well, hopefully, and they make some money as well.
Yeah.
We've got to talk about Horses. Originally, that was a Ricky Lee Jones song. What did she think of all the success that you had with it?
Well, I got to speak to Ricky Lee Jones early this year, and I explained to her that it came out in '91, it was success, and now it seemed to... there seemed to be a good percentage of people that liked it even more now. And she then, we talked about that for a while, and we couldn't understand why, and I even asked her, I know it's about your daughter, but how can people relate to it, and went through all that. And then she invited me on stage that night to sing with her the song. And so that was a thrill. That was really lovely. And then she went on after a week later and played at the Blues Festival early this year, at Byron. And James Rain, who's a good friend of mine, he was there because he likes Ricky Lee Jones, and she did the Horses. And then when she got to the chorus, she stopped, and all the crowd sang, and she was just dumbfounded.
Yeah. All right, now we want to hear about some of the music and the people who have influenced your career over the years.
Right.
We've got a few quick questions for you.
Oh, I love this.
Right, brace yourself. Brace yourself. What's your favourite Aussie song of all time?
Oh, gee whiz. I reckon Friday on My Mind, Easy Beats.
Okay. Yeah, good one.
Yeah.
Favourite duet partner?
Duet partner? Well, I'd have to say there's a couple. There's Margaret Earlich, who sang on the Horses, and my good friend, when he sometimes wants to come and sing with me, is James Rain.
Right. When you can
belting. He's been very good of late. He came on a couple of times and sung the Horses with us and enjoyed it.
Oh, gee, that takes me back. I think I had a paddle.
Do you remember James?
Yeah.
Well, he's doing so much good work now.
Right.
He really is.
What about favourite band or artist to tour with? And you can't use the same answer twice.
Yeah.
No. I think if I was to tour with someone, it would be, and it'd probably be the wrong matching anyway, but Green Day.
Oh.
Because I like them a lot.
Yeah.
What's the best concert you've been to?
There's been many, but I reckon maybe Hall & Oates back in 1978. And it was magical in America somewhere, California. Yeah, it was mighty.
Now you've done the stadiums, you've done the small theatres, you've done the RSLs up and down the coast. You've been on the back of a semi-trailer at a beach. What's your favourite place to perform?
I was giving some thought to this before, and I thought there's been many, Larry, but I think one of the best, and the boys in the band would agree with me, that Sirramay in Queensland, where we do a day on the green up there, and it's just... And we played it maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, and And of course we did the horses, and I've got a shot of some video of the people singing, and it's just massive, and it's the perfect design venue. It's just lovely.
Epic.
Perfect design for horses to sit.
Well, no.
Mate, fantastic. Such a treat to have you in here today.
Thank you.
We're going to milk you dry. We've got such a busy day for you. Daryl Braithwaite's definitive greatest hits compilation is called Days Go By. It is out right now, and we're going to hear two of his big hits later in the show from the great man. Thanks.
Thanks, Daryl. We can't wait for that.